Hi, welcome to today's segment of Our Ventura TV. My name is George Alger. Today we're going to be talking about the Ventura Film Society. And with us is the founder of the Ventura Film Society and the executive director of the same organization. We have Lorenzo DeStefano and Mike Miller. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thanks.
Lorenzo, let's just start with you. So tell us a little bit about the Ventura Film Society.
Sure. Well, we started in December of 2008 and ran for about 8 seasons, showed over 400 films at different venues in town, starting with the Elks and the Wave and the Museum and 420 East Santa Clara at the Cinemark. So I had to put it on hiatus in 2016 and 17 because I made a film called Hearing is Believing about a young musician from Oxnard named Rachel Flowers. And I thought that'd probably be the end of the Ventura Film Society because, you know, when you found something, even though you have a lot of support, it's the founder who has to do it. And but Mike Miller approached me about a year ago with some ideas about starting something. I said, well, why don't you pick this up? It's already has a reputation and a lot of good community juju, you know, going on. And he agreed, and so we've been working together the past year to do that.
Why would you do something like that, Mike?
I came off of the Santa Barbara Film Festival last year, and they run a really great program up there. And I came back, and I was just kind of wondering why Ventura didn't have something like that. And so I did a little detective work, and one thing led to another, and I bumped into Lorenzo, and we got to talking, and we met a few times, and thought it might be a good chance to reboot it. So that's where it led me. So.
And some people actually refer to the Ventura Film Society as a film festival just because of the relationship. Can you differentiate a film festival and the film society?
Yeah, I think a festival, you know, is more of an annual type of thing, and our society is more of a community-based organization where we kind of, you know, integrate the community into a, you know, kind of a setting where we can screen films year round, you know, on an annual and, you know, on a regular basis, as opposed to just, you know, screening, you know, once a year or something like that. So,
cool. And then how do you decide which films to screen?
Well, you know, before it was we had a screening committee, and then I, being a filmmaker, I was pretty familiar with what's going on out there. And I'd bring films into the committee, and then I started picking them myself because it's hard to organize people, you know, to come to a meeting. So it became a sort of a little oligarchy, but with a good intention, you know, about a combination of domestic and international documentaries, feature films, shorts. Brooks Institute was around at the time, so we pulled in a lot of filmmakers from there. We're looking to reach out to filmmakers now, local and otherwise, to show their films, test their audience, come in a sort of neutral, low-risk such situation and test the response to their films. Mike's bringing another perspective on programming, and he's got free reign to do that, and I just basically pop in ideas from time to time. But he's taken over the programming aspects.
Well, when you talk about Ventura filmmakers and beyond, what does that mean? So is it the county? Is it the nation? Is it the state?
Global, really, man.
Yeah, it's global. We do want to reach out to local filmmakers as well as much as we can, and kind of give them a venue that they otherwise wouldn't have. So yeah, it's global.
But through these platforms like Film Freeway and others, which we'll be getting on, the Film Society will be offered up, much as the film festivals are, a place to send your films for a small entrance fee, which helps sustain us, you know. We screen the film and invite them selectively to come. Being so close to LA, it's always been a benefit because we could bring people in and not have to necessarily pay any travel other than a meal or maybe a hotel room if we can swing that. But to keep it live, you know, the difference between anyone can throw movies up on a sheet or watch it at home with a bunch of friends. To do it professionally, you have to establish trust with the audience, which we did, and which is going to continue in 2019 and beyond. The programming is imaginative, and that there's also a component of discussion or a visiting filmmaker or a person familiar with that subject as opposed to just paying your money and the movie ends and you go home.
Do you try to have the original filmmaker with each presentation?
Somebody associated with the film, yeah, or if not, then someone, an authority on the subject, just to, not necessarily have the forced discussion, but have that accessible to people if they want it.
Yeah, a lot of it is having people that were associated with the making of the film, just the craft of the film, writers, composers, directors, and actors too. So yeah, a lot of it is just bringing in the folks that were involved in the making of it and talk about the craft as much as we can.
So to circle back to original point then, so the Ventura Film Society is not geographically limited in terms of the films, but it just serves to designate where the actual films are shown.
Yeah, it's shown between the museum and the Cinemark at this point, which is through the city we have access to the Century 10 Theater. And through the new management at the museum, Elena Brokaw and Denise Sindelar have been welcoming and want to have us as a resident film society. There's a big precedent for that with museums all over the world. Film Society of Lincoln Center and so forth. So it's a good relationship, they have a good venue, and it's reasonable for us.
What would you say to people who haven't been to any kind of independent film screening?
I would tell them that the independent film screenings are a chance for the audiences to become engaged in the film and to talk about it and argue about it and tell us what they like and what they don't like, as opposed to going and seeing a film that's a popular film where you go see it and you leave. I want at least to people to talk about it, and give, and open up conversations, and and start those kind of conversations that we have about what film can do for us and how it affects us and how it can change us.
Good. Now, some people associate, let's say, the film, aficionados that go to showings, all right? People that are really knowledgeable about film. But what would you say to someone who, would they feel comfortable going to a film simply to see it just because it's new and it's different?
Well, we've always embraced the non-elitist approach to it. Like, I never would allow a red carpet. I got a lot of people laughing at me. I said, put a black carpet down. I don't like red carpet. VIP section, I'm not into any of that stuff. Because it separates people. It's about engaging, and not catering to a certain strata. So it's the same thing like art galleries, or opera or ballet. Well, I don't want to go to that because only rich people do that. Or, film as public art was something we were pushing from the beginning. The most public art, from the Nickelodeon up till IMAX, the whole arc of cinema, how it's evolved over 150 years or so. And we're all part of that, So non-elitist, very open. People can suggest films. We have a sponsorship program where people, for $300, can sponsor a film, either their business or as an individuals. And it helps us purchase the rights to the film because we pay for these films. And then reaching out to new filmmakers, as I said before, it gives them a forum to show their work. I found that younger filmmakers only show their work on Vimeo or YouTube, and they don't get that personal connection, and they're stunned when they show it. And there's actually people there, even if it's 30 people or 50 people. They leave there somewhat transformed, which is what we're trying to do. Bringing people together in the dark. This is what we're trying to do.
Yeah. And also, you've just illuminated a point for me, and that is, or you can confirm or deny this, but from what you're saying, it seems like, the VFS is really a film society for the people.
Sure, because without that, we'd be screening them for ourselves, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Everything's available now digitally, right?
Yeah.
So that whether it's with your family or by yourself, there's a movie addict. But I think it was proven, interested people said, well, they'll never come and see stuff that they can also see on Netflix or whatever. And we try not to parrot Netflix. We try to find things that aren't as exposed. But inevitably, everything's exposed now. So that argument, do people leave the house to go see a film? Yeah, they will. Not everybody, but the ones that do, we want to be there for them.
And what I meant by the people, maybe common people or the non-elitists, as you would
We don't
put it.
check your income when you come in, or
Okay.
your social status.
Now, is there, as part of the society, is there a social aspect that someone might expect? Like you can develop friendships as you start to watch a few films, and there's parties that may occur at other times of the year. Is there that aspect of it?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that just goes to the core of what it is that we want to kind of bridge the community and the audiences with the films and the filmmakers, and we want to bring audiences into something where they can talk about, discuss the films, and I think a lot of people love leaving, even if it's the Avengers or something. They want to leave and they want to talk about it, and they want to argue about it, what they like, what they don't like about it. I think that, God bless Netflix. I know I like Netflix, but I still think people want to talk about movies. They want to talk about how it affected them and what they think about it. And I think that's what how I kind of approach the Film Society is, bringing that kind of venue to people so we can, interact with the filmmakers, talk to the filmmakers, and give the filmmakers kind of a venue where they can have like a direct pipeline right to their audiences. I've always said that there's nothing scarier than, watching your film for a year in your edit suite, and then it's a different story when you're projecting it in front of 100 people. And I think, Lorenzo talked about bringing filmmakers in, to first-time filmmakers, and screening, offering them the venue to do something like that is a really valuable experience for the filmmaker.
One of the things I thought was interesting is that a film you screened a few years back that had to do with drone. I remember seeing that. That was a great film, very professionally put together.
The one about the military controller, the drones, it was my friend Rick Rosenthal's film. Yeah.
And then recently there was a major Hollywood film production. It seemed like it was the same. I didn't actually see the Hollywood version, but I looked at the trailer and said, that's the same one I saw at the Ventura Film
with the bigger
Society.
Budget, yeah,
with a bigger budget. Was it actually the same script?
No.
Okay.
No, but the subject was a sort of early exploration of that, yeah.
Okay.
The sort of disengagement between the controller and the killer,
Yeah.
the killer machine. Yeah.
So we're just about out of time. I wonder if we can get the website where people can go to for more information.
Mm-hmm.
And is there a closing message like to give to the viewers?
You want to give the website thing and all that?
I'll let you go ahead on that.
You want to do that?
Lorenzo?
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's always been the same, VenturaFilmSociety.com. There's a Facebook page associated with it too, which is a quicker turnaround on information. Memberships available, $100 for 20 admissions, $60 for 10, both of which are 50% savings off the regular price. Film sponsorships, volunteers are welcome, and audiences, supporters, come and join us. You can go to both those platforms and learn about the upcoming films. And the closing message is that whole bringing people together in the dark has been one that sort of seems to resonate. Local voices, global visions, these are things that we came up with in time that still seem to apply. So I'm personally happy to be back and to have turned it over to Mike and others to help run, and to our partners for rejoining us, because it's a proud legacy, we can keep it going.
Lorenzo, thank you very much.
Thanks.
Mike,
Thank you.
kindly.
Thanks, George.
This is George Alger signing off for this segment of Our Ventura TV. Until we meet again.